Hi, this is a review of the Case Logic SLR 206 camera bag. I just bought this bag about 3 weeks ago because the Targus bag actually was just a single strap sling bag. Just basically wasn't fitting my needs anymore. I picked up a few more lenses and I just needed something a little bit larger than this Targus bag, which actually wasn't a bad little bag. But I want to talk about this Case Logic bag that I just picked up to replace that. It's not the largest bag in the world, but it actually does hold quite a bit of equipment for the size. The first thing I want to point out that I really like about this bag, there's a couple of things. One is this rubberized bottom. It's got this rubberized bottom that's comes up about, I don't know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches from the bottom up the sides here, and it makes the bottom of the bag waterproof and also allows you to set it upright very easily on any reasonably flat surface without having to lean it up against a tree or something. So that's very handy. The other thing that I really like is the way they designed what is, well, for lack of a better term, I'll just call it a camera sling. If I open up this camera bag, and I'm going to put these little tabs on here because these little Velcro tabs keep you from unzipping it past a certain point. So you can basically unzip it about halfway, and then you open it up and you can see the camera sits right in here in the top of the bag. And if I pull this out, this is a Canon 7D Mark II with a 50mm f1.4 lens and lens hood attached. If I pull that out, you can see, hopefully, in here that there is this sling device right here. It's basically a piece of neoprene that has Velcro on it. You can attach to this bar that goes across, and you can adjust it depending on, basically to meet your needs based on your camera. And it's got this little slotted opening that just allows you to fit the camera with the lens right down in there. Allows you to get it in and out very quickly. I really like this because you don't have to open up the whole bag and go digging out your camera. Makes it very convenient. Now if I undo these little tabs on the side and unzip the bag the rest of the way down, you can see the other thing I like about this bag, and that is that the interior is all very bright orange. This basically adds a lot of contrast to your equipment, so it's very easy to see what you've got where. Now, I'm going to just show you, in addition to my camera, what else I've got in here currently to give you an idea of how much this thing will hold. Okay, I've got a couple of battery chargers sitting in here, and then this lens, and I've got some of these little dividers sitting on top of it just to add some extra protection, but the lens that's right here on this on your left side as you're viewing it. This is a Canon 300mm f4 prime lens right here. Okay, so it's a fairly large lens. I could probably fit a bigger lens in there, but that's what I've got in there right now. Then up here just above it, this is where I put my Canon 1.4x extender. Put that right up there. And then in the middle here, I've got my Canon 24 to 105 L series lens with the hood on. The hood is mounted on here backwards, so it takes up a little less space, but it's got the lens and the hood right there. Okay, and then just above this little divider here, between this lens and where the bottom of my camera lens would be sitting if it was in there, I've got this little bag from Adorama that I've got all of my cleaning supplies in. Okay, so I've got all my cleaning supplies right in there. Just sits right on top of that, just like that, very nicely. Over here on your right hand side, if I take out this other little divider, and again, this divider was sitting in there like this before, but I'm just using it long ways on top of this lens. And the same thing on this side, just to give it a little extra protection. This is my 70 to 200 millimeter zoom lens. It's an L series lens. This is the f4 version with the lens hood attached as well. I'm not going to take it out, I'll just leave it in there, but up here, just above this divider, in this little space right up here, and I have to kind of reach in a little bit to get it, but it's not too hard. This is the Canon 10 to 18 millimeter ultra wide lens. So you can see in terms of just the basic camera equipment, and what I'm able to put in here is, of course, the camera itself with a lens. So altogether I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lenses in this bag of varying sizes. So that's, you know, I'm pretty happy with that. Obviously a larger bag like the Streetwalker hard drive that is made by Think Tank, I think the Think Tank Streetwalker is going to be a little bigger than this, but for the equipment I've got, this is perfect. On the front cover here, I don't know if you, hopefully you can see this, there are a couple of zippered pouches. One of them is a clear pouch, so if you've got things, you know, you want to be able to see what you've got. This is a see-through pouch right here, and just below that is another zippered pouch. I've got some different things like mostly filters down in there. And then on the front of the bag there's another zippered compartment, which I've got some more filters and lens caps and lens step up rings and that sort of thing. I've got a little flashlight over here on the side in this little compartment right here, but there's a lot of little pockets on both the inside and the outside flap right here. And let's see, so that's that. And then on the over here on the left side of the bag, there's another zippered compartment. And my one complaint about this is it's not very deep. So if you put too much stuff in here, too much bulk, you're not going to be able to get this closed. So this is good for, you know, flat things. Like I've got a little case here from Rugard that has my extra compact flash cards in it. I don't know if you can see that, but so I just put that right in this little net pocket right here, and then I've got another little net pocket up here. I've got a couple of battery covers, and I'll probably get some spare batteries and put in this compartment as well later on. So the other thing about this bag that's nice is on the back, the shoulder straps are, I'll call them adequate. They're not the best shoulder straps I've ever seen, but they're adequately padded. And then the back has got this double padding with ventilation, little I don't know what you call it, but it's kind of a honeycomb pattern. And then there's of course a large area here that allows air to flow up, you know, basically up your back and help keep you cool. So it's got a padded thing down here for the small of your back, and then 2 separate padded areas here for basically your shoulder blades. It's pretty comfortable. The other thing is, as far as compartments go, which I forgot to mention, is on the back side there is a zippered compartment that will allow you to fit, for example, a laptop. That's what I use it for. I've got a 15-inch MacBook, actually, excuse me, it's a 13-inch MacBook Pro that fits in here very nicely. It would fit a 15-inch, I'm pretty sure, without too much problem. But you could fit other things in here, you know, your books or manuals or whatever. But it's got this nice area in the back for, I think it's actually meant for a laptop, but it could be used for other things. Okay, and I think that's about it for the, oh no, there's one more thing. Over here on the right side, you have these little straps, Velcro straps, where you can Velcro a tripod if you need to carry a tripod with you. Now, it will work nicely with my Siri tripod. It's a 5-legged carbon fiber tripod, but I just, you know, to be perfectly honest, I suspect that it's not going to take a very large tripod. So as long as you've got a small, lightweight kind of a travel tripod, it should fit right there with no problem at all. And that's my review of the Case Logic Digital SLRC DLSRC 206 camera bag. And I hope you found this review helpful.